Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So when we talk about action research, we're dealing about the problems. For example, in a classroom setting, what is the problem, and you're going to um, find solutions to that problem.
Okay. Problem and solutions. Thank you very much, Mr. Velasco. And may I acknowledge also the presence of the Director of Quality Assurance, Ms. Josephine Obispo. How about the others? Um, one word one word or one idea about action research writing. And may I also acknowledge the presence of our guest speaker, Dr. Dr. Francisco D. Esponilla II, Associate Professor II of Technological University of the Philippines, Manila. Good afternoon, Dr. Esponilla.
Yes, good afternoon, Miss Cleo Jane Markov. Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon po.
everyone.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Esponilla. So let's go back with our brainstorming. What one word to describe action research? May I call on Mr. Raymond Tendugan? Mr. Raymond Tendugan, or may I hear it from Miss Elena Catinoy? Good afternoon po.
Hello po, can you hear me?
Yes po.
Okay. To describe action research po, one word for me, it's the word is solution po.
Solution.
Thank you.
Same as with Mr. Velasco. So we're going to find out later with the help of Dr. Esponilla if we are really going to solve a solution, the problem with the help of the action research. How about the others?
Hello po, good afternoon, Miss Leo.
Yes, Miss Katinoy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So for action research, obviously we have to develop something. And then aside from that, we are trying to make something that is useful not just to us, but of course it will be used by others.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Katinoy, for that wonderful insight about action research. Again, may I acknowledge the presence of the MPC faculty, the MPC College administrators, as well as the participants. Good afternoon to everyone. May I hear from Mr. Jerwin Docero? What is one of your what is one of your problem in your school?
Hi, Miss Cleo. Good afternoon po.
Hello po, good
Yes,
afternoon.
for me, planning po kasi ako regarding sa action research as isa sa mga problem na nakikita ko sa public school. I think dun sa mga learning modalities po, yung understanding po ng o kaya yung perception ng ating mga teachers, yung iba't ibang perception po doon ng learning modalities. I think. Yan po.
Yes, since we are in the virtual classroom, the learning modalities. So, in a minute, we are about to start. So as I have the go signal of the Director of Research and Development Office. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on action research writing as one of the activities of Marikina Polytechnic College as we celebrate the 27th CHED founding anniversary with the theme of Pamantasan, Pandayan tungo sa kaunlaran, moving forward claiming victory for Philippine higher education. MPC, producing humanist technologists. Padyak MPC. Once again, this is Ms. Cleo Jane Marco. As we proceed on this webinar, may I call on Ms. Sonia Fetalino, Research and Development Personnel for our preliminaries. Ma'am Sonia? Ma'am Sonia?
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God. Father in heaven, always merciful and giver of life, we humbly ask that you bless each one of us, from the speakers, program committees, guests, and participants. Guide us to make better decisions as we incorporate what we will learn throughout this activity. Thank you for the infinite blessings and countless opportunities. Lord, today as we start our activity, may we always be grateful to learn new things. Shed the light of your wisdom and bless each one, especially our speakers, as they will share their knowledge to us. Through your mercy and grace, may peace and utmost understanding shine and dwell unto us. O God, accompany each one and help us concentrate for us to gain more knowledge as we listen attentively. This we ask in your name. Amen.
aking matatanaw. Makinang na kinabukasan, aking makakamtan. Hindi maninimdim sa banta ng kahirapan. Ako na inihanda ng mahal kong paaralan. Politeknikong kolehiyo ng Marikina, ang teknikal na edukasyon, kinintal mo't wina. Politeknikong kolehiyo ng Marikina, talino ko'y pinapanday, puro mo'y pag-asa. Sinisintang paaralan, ikaw ang katuwang sa pagkamit ng mitin sa mong hangarin. Kahit saan pa mapatpat ay hindi mababagabag. Dunon na iyong bigay ang magsisilbing gabay. Politeknikong kolehiyo ng Marikina, ang teknikal na edukasyon, kinintal mo't wina. Politeknikong kolehiyo ng Marikina, talino ko'y pinapanday, puro mo'y pag-asa. Marikina Polytechnic, alin mabuhay ka.
Thank you very much, Miss Sonia. And now, here is Dr. Rowena C. Mande, Dean of the Graduate School, for the opening remarks in behalf of the College OIC President, Attorney Lily Prida M. Milia.
Good afternoon. Am I loud enough, Cleo, to be heard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to welcome everyone in behalf of our college president, OIC President, Attorney Lily Frieda Emilia, who is in an urgent attendance to other duties right now. To Dr. Francisco D. Esponilla II of Technological University of the Philippines, to Dr. Luella Orufa, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, the Director of Research and Development Office, Ms. Ara B. Santos, who spearheaded this event as part of our participation in the first National Higher Education Day celebration and CHED 27th founding anniversary. To our colleagues at MPC, graduate school faculty, and our graduate students who are virtually with us today, good and safe afternoon to all of us. This event is held primarily to help you strengthen your research capability. You know, progress in one's country would be slow, and the life of the people there, our life, will not be completely different if we will not be curious on things around us and do research, specifically this time that we are in crisis. And part of our obligation in the educational institution is to immerse ourselves in discovering anything beneficial to our community, to the institution, to the people whom we are serving with. So may this webinar be of help in each and every one in your journey in doing action research. So stay tuned and enjoy. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the warm and safe opening remarks, Dr. Mande. And now, to introduce our guest speaker, here is Ms. Maria Ira B. Santos, Director of the Research and Development Office.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor to present to you our lecturer, who is an associate professor from the Technological University of the Philippines, Manila. He obtained his master's degree in Master in Management in 2013 and bridged with a Master of Arts in Industrial Education in 2016. He graduated his doctorate degree of Doctor of Education, major in Industrial Education in 2018. His achievement in research work made him soar high from Instructor 1 to Associate Professor 2 within 6 years of his stay in the academic service with TUP from 2010 to 2016, vying for a full professorial position for the 2019 NBC 461 promotion. As a research specialist on concurrent capacity, he conducts research in the areas of management, social sciences, education, policy, incubation, innovation, and entrepreneurship. His major research works were published in various international ISI and Scopus journal publications. As a proof of its significance, his publications were also cited by various local and foreign researchers. He also served as a research consultant, lecturer, and research reviewer in various research fora and conferences. He is currently a member of the NCR NDC 461 Zonal Evaluator Team, internal ISO auditor, and an associate member of the National Research Council of the Philippines. Also, he is a member of the Board of Directors of the Philippine Higher Research Education Consortium. This is why I was also able to work with him during our International Higher Education Research Forum last 2018 and 2019. Truly, he is an example of a perseverance, patient, and a humble person who once believed that happiness and success are achieved by being surrounded by good people, happy family, strong determination, and faith. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Francisco D. Esponilla II.
Ayan, a pleasant good afternoon to all the beautiful people of Marikina Polytechnic College. Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Ara Santos, our Research and Development Director, together with Dr. Wena Mande, our Dean for the Graduate School, and Ms. Lani Escalanda, Director for External Linkages and overall Chair Program for the Commission on Higher Education. It would be a great opportunity being with you today to share my knowledge in the area of research. So my task for today is to discuss to everyone about action research. So may thank you also for Ms. Cleo for the opening of the program. May I have the screen for my Ayan. Nakikita nyo na po ba sa screen ang aking presentation? Mas maganda pag medyo Taglish tayo kasi medyo nagiging Bisaya yung ating tono. Actually, nasa Visaya ako ngayon for work from home vacation, ganon. Para medyo nandun tayo sa language ng mga beginners, mga novice researchers, para inform tayo kung ano nga ba, ano ang kahalagaan ng action research sa ating mga profesyon. Okay. Can I check my microphone? Malinaw po ba yung aking boses?
Yes po, Dr. Espinilla.
Okay, well, proceed na po. Sige po, thank you very much. So, our objective for today is about knowing the basic information about action research, to appreciate the importance of doing action research, and to write action research utilizing the contents of each part or each chapters. Ito kasi yung ating kailangang matutunan. Kasi we are teachers, we are in a public service na napakalakas ng competition sa larangan ng pagsusulat at pananaliksik. I acknowledge since we are teachers, ang pagsusulat ay nasa atin na. Marunong na po tayo dyan. So all we need to do is the confidence within ourselves, the help of our colleagues, and of course, what do we call that? The proper way of writing. Ano ba ang kailangan nating isulat sa portion na ito, sa portion na yan, at sa portion na yon. Okay? Kasi dyan tayong nalilito. Minsan nahihirapan tayo, paano nga ba simulan yung ating title? Paano sisimulan yung ating introduction? Okay? Doon tayo nalilito. So to make everything clearer, ang ginawa ko ngayon ay inisa-isa ko kung paano natin ito gagawin at paano sisimulan. So but first thing to do, yes po.
The shared screen of yours is your face po, not the
okay.
presentation of yours po.
Let me check on this. Okay, ayan na siya. Hindi niya kaya slideshow. Ayan, malinaw naman po ba kahit nakaganyan siya?
Yes po, Dr. Espinilla. Thank you so much po.
Try ko ulit ang slideshow. Kita po ba?
Yes po.
Okay, yan. Sige.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Well, proceed. Action research is defined. Ito yung kanina yung naabutan ko, yung inyong discussions about what is action research. Telling something in one word, the word action research. So, according to various research, it is a process by which participants examine their actual educational practice systematically. Diba? Yung word na systematic are always utilized by most of the researchers in defining action research. So that means there is no such an action research if you are just doing a terminal report, if you are just doing a reaction paper, you are just evaluating a problem, or you are just argumenting on a particular problem. So to make it more a verified action research, there should be a need for doing it in a systematic way. Pag sinabing systematic way, it follows a research process. So meron tayong mga sinusundan na mga formatting. Another thing is that masasabi lang natin siya na action research kung ito ay na-implement natin. So doing research without implementing, without sharing the knowledge that we got from our research is merely what? A dream. Itatago lang natin siya sa ating mga kahon, sa mga drawer natin sa office. Without sharing it is not an action research. Why action research? Because we need to implement. Because why? We enhance, we improve what? The delivery of our services in our respective institutions. Before, action research is widely used and commonly used only in academic institutions. Pero ngayon, ginagamit na rin siya sa mga industry, sa mga private companies in resolving their own problems. Okay po? So before, nakabox lang siya sa academic institutions. Pero as the time changes, nakita ng mga industry na ay, pwede rin pala natin gamitin ito in resolving our problems here in the company and their internal problems. Okay? So, the word, ang ginagamit ngayon sa DepEd, mostly ang ginagamit pag sinabing action research, when they craft their titles, they started with the word enhance and improve. So, kasi yun yung very purpose of action research. They enhance their practices, they improve their practices in order to maintain the quality of education, in order to maintain the good leadership they have in their respective institutions. Okay. So, the purpose of action research is to, number one, to diagnose. So, aalamin kung ano yung mga problem na pumasok within or during the process. Diba? Habang ongoing yung klase, ano ba yung mga problems na nai-encounter ni teacher, ni students. Wow. So, i-assess yon, to assess what are these problems and to identify the basic or the common problems na naandun, at the same time identifying the possible solutions to the problem. So, habang patuloy tayo sa ating discussions mamaya, malalaman natin kung ano ba yung mga proper data collection for all of this, yung diagnosis, yung assessments, tsaka yung identifications. Okay po? So, this is now our action research plan. When we do action research, tingnan natin yung apat na yan, identifying the classroom problem, developing and implementing the action research, collecting and analyzing the data, using and sharing results. That's how the previous slides defines action research. Diba? Yun yung sinabi kanina ng mga researchers. Kailangan ganyan. Tingnan natin yung sa dulo, using and sharing the results. Huwag natin itago kasi hindi po siya makukonsider as action research kung hanggang dyan lang yan sa ating mga drawers. What we do, we publish our research, we call for a meeting with our supervisors, with the stakeholders in the schools, in the academic institutions to talk about the result of your research. Okay? Pag-uusapan kung, ay, ito pala ang lumabas na problem. So, ngayon pag-uusapan in a meeting, in a forum, or kung anong paraan na mabibigyan ng resolution yung problemang inyong nakita. So, the right shot. Nandito na tayo. Parang medyo ang base, no? Kasi we don't need to focus on the books kasi hindi natin masyadong maintindihan. Pag nandun tayo sa books, mas maganda yung actual. Sige. We'll proceed with the action research. Sa first part ng action research, meron tayong tinatawag na introduction. What are the contents of the introduction? We have the problem, the statement of the objectives. This can be a statement of the objectives or a statement of the problem. Of course, the significance and the delimitations. Tingnan natin isa-isa. Ano ba ang ilalagay natin sa problem? Anong ilalagay natin sa statement of the objectives, sa significance, and sa delimitations? So, for the introduction, maglalagay tayo. Ito yung mga common na nakikita natin ngayon, lalo na sa mga publication papers. Ito yung unang hinahanap nila. Hindi tayo diretso agad sa problem. Ang ginagawa ng mga researchers is discuss about the nature of the study. We also acknowledge that crafting of the title proposal ay mahirap. Diba? Lalo-lalo na kung meron tayong hindi bababa sa 3 panel members. May 3 idea bawat panel members. So, bawat isa doon ay may isasuggest sa'yo. So, mababago at mababago ang iyong title na pinopropose. Okay? So, you need to defense, you need to be ready with your argument and defense kung bakit ito yung napupusuan mong gawin. Yes, kasi sasabihin ng mga panel members, ang dami nang nakagawa nitong mga titles, ang dami na nitong nakagawang research. So, paano mo ngayon sasabihin? How will you defend? How will you defend yourself? So, you show your gap. Ano yung pagkakaiba ng research, ng mga prior research na nagiging katulad sa research mo? Pakita mo yan. That is why when we propose, kumpleto yung papel, kumpleto yung laman ng introduction. Hindi tayo diretso sa statement of the problem, Hindi tayo diretso sa general statement of the problem. Kasama yung nature of the study, the significance, and the limitations. Para makita ng ating panel members, ito pala yung novelty ng kanyang gawa. Daw pareho siya doon sa mga unang title, may sinama siyang kakaiba that makes it different among the others. Okay? So the nature of the study, as the introductory paragraph of our introduction, will only contain up to 1 to 3 paragraphs. So 1 to 3 paragraphs lang yan kasi action research will commonly composed of 7,000 to 10,000 words. So ilang pages lang yan, di ba, Doc Ma'am Ara? Nasa 10 to 12 pages lang yan. Yan din yung mga publishable papers na kailangan sa mga ISI tsaka Scopus. Okay. So next, the problem. Ano ba dapat ang ating discussion sa problem? We will just focus on the cause, the effect. Okay? What causes the problem? What are the effects? Meron akong isang example ng action research, diagnostic research siya, about the stakeholders' role in the students' achievement. So, yun ang title, Stakeholders' Role in the Students' Achievement Amidst Pandemic. So, what causes, diba? What causes na yung achievement ng mga bata during the first and second period or periodicals, kanon, ay mababa. So, you conducted the diagnostic research. Ano yung stakeholders' role na sinasabi? Ito yung bahaging ginagampanan ng teacher, ng estudyante, tsaka ng leaders, ng ating mga school supervisors, principals kung sa elementary pa, sa atin naman yung mga deans of the colleges, administrators, and other officials. They are the stakeholders of the school. So ano yung effect ngayon? Diba? So sasabihin natin yung cause. What cause? Pandemic. Ano yung effect? Nagkakaroon ng pagbaba ng students' achievement. So yun yung nakita mo ngayong problem. So gusto mong i-prove na may problem nga talaga. So you conducted the stakeholders' role in the students' achievement amidst pandemic. So yung discussion lang natin sa problem statement ay walang iba, kundi iikot lang yan sa cause and effect. Pag hindi natin na-clarify yung ating discussion ng cause and effect sa statement of the problem, walang rason kung bakit tayo nagkakandak ng action research. Kasi dyan po natin patutunayan na there is really an existing problem na nakita natin. So we need to give a solution to that. So yun yung una. Yung iba, yung common problems na nakikita natin sa research. By the way po, do not limit our discussion for conducting an action research. This can also be applied in doing your thesis and your dissertation papers. Okay? Medyo detailed lang talaga ang thesis tsaka ang dissertation paper. So, what I mean about the discussion about the problem is just you talk more about the problem. Okay? Ang purpose naman ng nature of the problem, na nature of the topic ay to introduce the readers na ito yung content ng ating study. Kasi hindi lahat po ng readers ay alam yung topic natin. So, kaya kailangan natin ng konting introduction about our chosen topic. Meron tayo doon, the nature of the topic. So, followed by the cause and effect. You talk more about, you argument about the problem. So, how will you prove about the existing problem? Minsan, may mga thesis advisors, may mga dissertation advisors na nakikita sila sa mga estudyante na nagdi-discuss yung mga estudyante ng prior research doon sa problem statement. Sasabihin ngayon ng mga teachers, ng mga advisors, ay, ilipat mo ito doon sa RRL kasi doon po ito. It should not be. Kasi that is a proof na meron nga pong existing research related to your study. And you are proving now na doon sa study nila, may hindi sila naisama na gusto mo ngayong pag-aaralan. So that makes the gap. So sa problem pa lang, naipakita mo na yung gap. Ilan ang maximum na pwede nating gamitin dyan sa prior research? Minimum of 3 to a maximum of 5. Para medyo maganda yung ating yung ating discussion, yung ating argument. Kasi parang nagchichismis ka ngayon dyan eh. Sasabihin mo ngayon, ginawa kasi ni ganito yan, ginawa ni Reyes in 2014, yung ganitong study. Ginawa ni Esponilla yung ganitong research ng 2019. Ginawa ni Santos ng 2018 yung ganitong research. So, dahil hindi nila maisama itong bagay na gusto ko pang-aralan ngayon, ito yung aking pinopropose. So, you are just proving the importance why you are conducting the study. So, nagkaroon ka na ngayon ng gap between the previous studies related to you and the current research. So, that would be 3 to 5 paragraphs. Okay po. So, the statement of the objective. Huwag natin kalimutan na laging ganito lagi yung ating format. The general objective, the specific objectives. Ang pagkasulat nito ay bulleted type. Sa action research, there are schools na hindi nila kailangan ng hypothesis. Saan sila nagdodraw ng hypothesis? Sa general objective na. Okay? So there are also schools na pinapalagyan pa rin ng hypothesis. Okay po, I hope you are familiar with doing the general objective, the specific objectives of your research study. So yan po yan. Next, the significance. It is the statement of the significance, specify specific beneficiaries. Diba, sasabihin natin lagi na, ito yung mga magbe-benefit sa aking mga study. Number 1, the students. Number 2, the teachers. Number 3, the school administrators. Number 4, wag natin laging kalimutan si researcher. Dahil we do not close our research with our own results, diba? We always open our research with another validation study, with another related study. So kaya lagi tayong naglalagay sa significance of the study ng other researchers. Kasi hindi lang ikaw ang pwedeng mag-research sa topic na yan. So, di ba? Even researchers acknowledge na sa bawat research na ginagawa natin, may hindi tayo na isasama. Saan kaya natin inilalagay yon? Okay? So, dito natin yung ilalagay. So, ang ating delimitations ay may dalawa. We have the so-called scope and limitations, and we have the so-called scope and delimitations. Ano ang pagkakaiba ng scope and limitations sa scope and delimitations? Kasi may mga research paper na ang pinapagawa sa kanila, scope and limitations. Yung iba naman, ang pinapagawa sa kanila ay scope and delimitations. So sabi dito, deliverables that are not in control or controlled by the researchers. So pag sinabing scope and limitations, ito yung mga kinontrol ni researcher na hindi niya isasama sa study niya. Balik tayo sa example ko kanina, yung stakeholders' role in the achievement of students amidst pandemic. So, ang ating stakeholders, si teacher, si student, tsaka school administrator. So, kung scope and limitations ang gagamitin ko, hindi ko isasama si school administrator. I-discuss ko yan doon sa scope and limitations. Okay? Bakit hindi siya sinama? Kasi ikaw ang nag-control. Yun yung kinontrol mo. Okay? So, dalawa lang ang kasama sa sinasabi kong stakeholder, si teacher lang tsaka si student. Okay? Ito naman yung isa, scope and delimitations. Ito naman yung mga not controlled by the researchers. So, halimbawa, yung demographic profile, yung demographic profile ng ating mga respondents or ng ating mga participants, ang lalayo. Diba? So, sasabihin mo ngayon, i-discuss mo dito ngayon na you have fielded 500 research survey questionnaire pero ang bumalik lang sa'yo ay 250. So, ang i-discuss mo ngayon doon sa scope and delimitations mo, ang reason bakit 250 lang. That would be one. So other things, yung mga materials na ginamit, na inakala mo yung materials na gagamitin mo sa research mo, kung tangible research ang gagawin mo, ay available. Hindi mo pala alam ang ginamit mong alternative sa research mo. Halimbawa, fruits. Nakalimutan mo, seasonal pala yung fruits. So, i-discuss mo ngayon. During this period, kunti lang ang aming na-process dahil hindi harvest time. Yun yung mga ganon. Hindi mo yun control. Kasi you cannot tell the environment, you cannot tell the puno ng mangga na mamunga ayon sa kagustuhan mo. So, yun yung ilalagay mo doon sa yung scope and delimitations. Okay po? So, we'll proceed. The conceptual framework or the review of related literatures and studies. This includes the following: the review of related literature, the conceptual framework, the theoretical framework, and the paradigm or the paradigm. Okay, sa review of related literatures and studies, meron tayong dalawa, literatures and studies. Ano yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa? When we speak of literatures, these are published materials, published theses, published dissertations, published journals, magazines, books. Yan. So, related studies naman kung ito ay mga hindi published. May mga thesis tayo, may mga dissertation na hindi naman na-publish. Usually sa mga library yan, pag nag-research tayo sa mga library. Para may mailagay tayo sa ating mga citations and RRL. So ano ba yung mga mahalagang content na dapat ilagay natin sa ating review of related literature? Hindi dapat mawawala ang mga sumusunod. Maaring may kulang dito sa kanila, pero hindi pwedeng mawala ang mga yan. Okay? You should write there what is the study about. Minsan ang nilalagay, diretsong title na agad eh. Diba? Sasabihin mo agad, Mr. Esponilla 2018 in his study on the stakeholders' role. Ganon. Yung iba naman, the study about lang, yung idea lang. Esponilla 2018, who conducted the stakeholders' role study regarding ganito, ganyan. Yan. Who conducted the study, the name. Usually, pag citation, ang ilalagay natin ay surname lang. Tapos yung year. When was the study conducted? What is the sampling method na ginamit? What are the results? Okay? So after mo yun ma-narrative report dun sa RRL mo, i-compare mo yun with the other related works. Doon ngayon papasok si citations. Okay? Kasi aside sa RRL, sinite mo na yung mismong kinuha na mo ng major RRL. So you compare it with other related works, ang tawag doon ay supporting citations. Diba? Usually it starts with the word as confirmed by, diba? The same as true with the study conducted by, ganon. Yun ngayon yun. Tapos wag na wag po nating kalimutan i-include ang implications ng study na yun sa ating current study. Okay. Yan yung mahalaga dyan. Yung comparison of the related works to the current works. Yun yung implication niya. Bakit ito sinama mo? Bakit sinama mo ito? Ano yung kanyang relasyon doon sa ginagawa mo ngayong research? Ano yung kanyang implication to the development of the current research? Kasi yun yung halaga ng RRL. Hindi ba sa present mo lang yung RRL? So, kailangan mong i-discuss ano ang kahalaga ng RRL na yon sa ginagawa mong study. Okay po? So, tip number 1. Ito yon, searching for a citation within the time frame. Yung question kasi, sabihin, Doc Franz, hanggang ilang taon ba ang pwede naming i-cite, ang pwede naming gamiting RRL sa mga study namin? Sa publication platforms, mas nagagandaan sila pag within 5 years. Sa atin naman, Mas nagaganta sa atin naman sa mga thesis, sa dissertation lang naman, okay na ang hanggang 10 years. Okay po? Kailan lang tayo pwedeng gumamit ng more than 10 years? If we are presenting in our RRL or citation, the framework, the theories, the standard procedures, and the laws. Okay, yung mga batas. Okay, yung mga standard procedures, yung mga theories, di ba? Yan. Yan yung pwede natin gamitin. Yan. Yung example natin dyan, yung kalimitang ginagamit sa social science, yung kay Abraham Maslow, di ba? Yung ginagamit natin yung kay Jean Piaget, di ba? How do other read that? Yung iba Piaget, yung iba Piaget, yung sa mga psychology. Okay. Yan yung ating yan lang yung ating time frame. Paano po yan gagawin? So halimbawa, yung ating idea is about action research. Itong word na cited, 2018, ikaw ang nag-control niyan. Kasi within that time mo lang ilalagay. So yung idea mo na action research, pag nag-browse ka over the Google browser, ilalagay mo yung word na cited tsaka yung year. So yung idea mo ngayon, yung idea mo na action research, lalagay natin yung word cited 2018. Kung gusto mo naman mas earlier pa, cited 2021. Cited 2020. So ilalabas niya yan dyan. So, pag naglagay ka niyan, maaaring maglalagay siya ng medyo later konti, pwede rin siyang maglagay ng mas bago pa. So, lahat ng itong lumabas dito, pag binasa mo yung content agad niyan, ang unahin nating tingnan yung abstract sa idea na kailangan natin. So, all of these three, kung nabasa mo na agad yung kanyang abstract, pwede kang pumili ng isa dyan as major RRL, pwede mong kunin yung remaining dalawa or kung ilan pa as your supporting citations. Okay. Halimbawa, i-click na okay. So we'll proceed with the tip number 2. Automatic in-text citations. Sa automatic sa mga laptop dyan, kung meron kayong mga desktop na naka-online, punta po tayo sa Google. Okay, mag-Google tayo. Pwede yan. So, halimbawa po, A7. So we are using currently the American Psychological Association format ng 6th edition tsaka 7th edition. So when you click on this one, makakopy na yan. So ilalagay mo na yan ngayon doon sa record mo or sa listing mo ng iyong references. So when you click on this one, ito yung ilalagay mo sa citation. So automatic parenthesis, naka-ampersand siyang ganyan. Pag nasa labas, yung word mismo yung ating gagamitin. Okay po. So, tip number 6, how to improve your RRL. Ito yung process. What is the idea or the topic that you are searching for? Ito na yung sinabi ko kanina. Open the internet browser, input the idea or the topic to search, consider the time frame, yung year, diba? So go over the literature of the study. If you think it is related to your study, you can use it as one of your RRL or RRS. So yun yung sample kanina. And this one, yung nag-download tayo ng citation generator, go to Google Chrome Web Store, go to Search Store, input the citation generator you wish to add as your browser extension. Kasi maraming klase yung maraming klase yung citation generator. Pero mas madali sa akin yung naka-download kanina, yung MyBib. MYBIB. Okay. So tip number 8, RRL shortener. Kung gusto niyo naman ng RRL shortener, i-type niyo lang din dito sa Chrome si shortener, yung RRL, para yung mahabang RRL kasi minsan ang haba ng RRL. Saan siya ginagamit sa research? Halimbawa, we grab a picture or an image or a photo sa internet. Hindi atin yon. So pag naglagay tayo doon ng caption sa baba, figure 1, figure 2, lagi nating ilalagay yung source. So para mapaliit yung mahabang RRL, gagamitan natin siya ng RRL shortener. So ang lalabas na lang yan ng hanggang 15 letters, so konti na lang. Mas maganda siya tingnan kaysa dun sa mas mahaba. Kasi yung ating figure presentation sa baba, matatakman ng mahabang RRL. Imbis na yung title ng figure ang unang makita, yung makikita agad yung mahabang RRL. So, we need to download RRL shortener. Ganon din yung gagawin nyo ulit. I-encode nyo lang sa search dun sa web store yung RRL shortener. Okay po? Sa proofreader naman, I hope everyone hindi pala hope. Alam ko po na marami na tayong meron nito. Kasi we are writers, we are teachers. Naka-download na po yan sa inyo. Yung Grammarly. Ganon din po yan. Huwag po kayo mag-download ng app kasi may bayad po yon. Ang kailangan po natin i-download doon po sa extension, sa web store. Yung kagaya ng ginawa ko kanina. Okay po. Para magamit po natin siya. Diba? Halimbawa, meron kayong write-up. So, ilagay nyo lang yun pag nag-encode kayo nung write-up na yun, ilagay nyo sa Gmail, mag-compose kayo mag-compose kayo ng email or Gmail, ilagay nyo doon or yung mismong paragraph na gusto nyong i-check sa Grammarly, i-copy-paste nyo doon sa kinumpose nyong Gmail. Pag na-paste nyo yan doon, mag-automatic highlights yan doon yung mga kailangang baguhin. Yung mga wrong spelling, yung mga may mga kailangan sa verb tenses, yan. Yung mga words na kailangang ayusin, i-highlight yun ni Grammarly. So, pwede na natin i-edit doon. Hindi na natin kailangan ng proofreader. So, or kung other schools requires proofreader kasi yung iba may certification pa yan. Pinapatas yan doon sa dulo ng thesis, sa dulo ng dissertation, yung certificate. So, para hindi naman nakakahiya on our part, nauna na tayo mag-proofread bago pa proofread ng isang expert. Okay po? Para pagdating sa isang expert, sabi niya, medyo okay na pala yung paper ni Mr. Esponilla. So, kunti lang pala yung aking aayusin. Hindi nakakaya sa part natin. Okay po? So, developing the study framework, the conceptual framework. So, yun. It is a summary of the concepts utilized in the development of the related literature or related studies. Diba? Pag sinabing the conceptual framework, meron tayong narrative, yun yung ating isa-summarize doon. Lahat ng concepts na ginamit natin doon sa RRL, isa-summarize natin yun. Tapos i-clarify natin yung kanyang implication sa development of the current study. Okay? Kasi dalawa yan. The conceptual framework tsaka yung theoretical framework. Ano naman yung theoretical framework? It is the summary of the theories utilized in the development of the RRL and the RRS. Okay, so summary siya. Lahat ng mga theory na diniscuss mo doon sa RRL mo, klaruhin mo ngayon dito sa summary of your presentation. I-summarize mo sila dyan lahat. Okay po? Because other researchers do not go about the long RRL. Ang pinupuntan nila agad yung conceptual framework tsaka yung theoretical framework. Yan, yung ibang readers. Yun, diretso sila agad doon. Okay? So, yun yung kahalagahan yan. So, the paradigm. Meron tayong iba't ibang paradigm na ginagamit. Ang very common ngayon, yung input tsaka yung dependent variables. Yung IV tsaka yung DV. Yan yung very common. Meron din tayong tinatawag na ITO. Very common din yan. Do I need to discuss pa ba dyan? I know you know about it already. So, linear development. Dito papasok yung mga logic model. Yung may mga arrow-arrow lang, mga lines lang, lines between variables. Yan yung sinasabing linear development. The process, pinapakita niya yung process through an arrow. Okay, so logical, ganun din yan. It can be a vertical or it can be a horizontal presentation of the variables used in the study. Okay, so meron pa tayong isang sinasabi, yung based on philosophical underpinnings. Ano ba yung sinasabing philosophical underpinnings? Ito yung approach ng research mo kung paano mo siya gagawin. Ano yung example? Sa philosophies of education, meron tayong tinatawag na mga interpretivist approach, pragmatic approach, realist approach, at meron tayong positivist approach. Yan yung sinasabi dyan sa philosophical underpinnings. Kung ano yung approach ng iyong research. Say for example, yung research mo ay walang hypothesis. So, ang pwede mong gamitin ngayon na approach ay yung interpretivist. Ano ba yung sinasabing interpretivist? Yung example dito na lumabas, yung photo voice. Diba? Naging common na ngayon yung photo voice. You are being presented by a photo lang, by an image. Tapos ilagay lahat ng observations ng mga participants, ng mga respondents. Ano yung na-observe nila doon sa sa picture na yon. That's interpretivist. Qualitative research yan. So kung pragmatic research approach naman, yung action research na sinasabi natin, kung hindi mo na-experience hindi mo na-experience yung problem, or wala ka doon mismo sa problem, according to pragmatic approach, hindi mo may-resolve ng maayos ang problem. Kaya ang pragmatic approach na philosophical underpinnings, yung gumagawa ng research ay naandun siya mismo. Naandun siya mismo sa process. Ini-involve niya yung sarili niya. Hindi yung basta naghatid ka lang ng survey, bahala na sila. Hindi ganon. Dapat ikaw mismo naandun. Mga example nito, ito yung mga ethnographic, ano bang tawag nila doon? Mga ethnocentric research, mga related sa community development, di ba? Dapat naandun sila para mas malaman nila ng actual yung kultura ng community kung saan yung kanilang study ay naandun. Okay? So the other one is yung realist. You are being real, di ba? So meron kang nakitang isang theory or standard process. Pero may nakita ka pang isang problema, sasabihin mo ngayon, parang hindi naman tama itong theory na to. So you need to prove. Mag-restudy ka, mag-re-evaluate ka. So ipipresent mo ngayon. Kung may result ka na, papatunayan mo na ngayon na yung theory na to ay maigaganda pa. Yung theory na to can be best enhanced based on your current research. Ang tawag doon is realist approach. Example nito yung sa mga research sa mga gamot. Kasi di ba yung gamot, may na-research na isang gamot. So yung isa pang another group, mag-research ulit sila based doon sa ginawa mo na. Okay, kasi they don't believe sa unang bagsak pa lang. Katulad nitong sa pandemic, yung vaccine, di ba nakailang steps nila bago nila patunayan na ito na ngayon. Okay. So, yung approach naman ng positivist, ito naman yung based doon sa kung ano yung available na mga data, sa statistics, specific evidence ng mga results na experiments, statistical data, yun yung magiging basis ng study nyo to reveal the truth. Ang tawag doon, you are just being positivist. So sa iyong research methodology, i-explain mo yan, pati doon sa iyong paradigm. Why are you using this paradigm? So whatever paradigm you're gonna use in the development of your study framework, wag nating kalilimutan na magbigay tayo ng 2 o 3 proof na gumamit na ng same paradigm. Okay. Lagi tayo maglalagay ng citations na ito ay ginamit na rin ni ganito, ni ganyan to solve their problem in their study conducted ganito, ganyan. So, lagi tayong may proof ng ating ginagawa. Okay po? Do not forget to provide a proof of why you used the said paradigm. Okay. Research methodology. Methodology such as research design, sampling technique, instrumentation, data collection, data treatment, and interpretation. Ano ang ating ilalagay sa research design? Very common naman yan, di ba? Sasabihin natin, ano ba yung gagamitin natin? Is it qualitative? Is it quantitative? Or is it a mixed method, quantitative or qualitative? So, i-discuss mo yan dyan ngayon with proof kung sino pa yung ibang gumamit ng same approach, same design na iyong gagamitin. Sampling techniques. Substantial discussion of the following. Wow, substantial. Diba? You encourage, you influence the readers na ito ang ginamit mong sampling technique. Sample random sampling, purposive sampling, stratified sampling, convenience sampling. These are the common na ginagamit sa mga action research. Okay? Simple random. Lahat ng respondents, lahat ng participants has the chance to answer the survey. Okay? So lahat binigyan. So nagkataon, ang bibigyan mo ng survey ay 100. Pero ang dala mo lang ay 80. So 80 lang ang nabigyan mo. That's sample random sampling pa din. Kasi hindi naman ikaw yung nagsabi na, 80 lang ang kukunin ko out of that 100. Nagkataon lang na ang nadala mo ay 80. Pero lahat ng 100 na yun ay may chance talaga na pwedeng sumagot. Okay? Purposive sampling. Ang purposive sampling naman do not requires napakadaming respondents or maraming participants. Okay? Kasi usually itong mga purposive sampling, ang mga respondents natin dito or mga participants are mga experts in the field. So pag mga experts in the field, lalo na pag qualitative research, kahit 10 lang sila, magkakaroon ka na ng magandang resulta sa qualitative research mo. Okay. Stratified sampling. Stratified sampling sa isang grupo. May babae, may lalaki. So ang kinuha mo lang yung grupo lang ng mga babae. Or kung gusto mo yung grupo, yung magre-response lang sa isang grupo, yung lahat lang ng mga lalaki. That's stratified. Okay. Halimbawa, pumunta ka sa isang barangay. Ay pumunta ka sa, sa isang barangay. Ang isang barangay ay may 14 barangays. Pero kumuha ka lang ng 6 na barangay. That's stratified. Okay po. Convenience sampling. Bakit convenience? At your own convenience. At the respondent's convenience. Ano ba, naglalakad ka, dala mo lagi yung survey questionnaire mo. Bigla kang may nakasalubong lang. Tanong yung, ay, sir, may ganito po, may ganyan. Ready po ba, sir? Pwede ko po bang hiramin sandali yung inyong oras? Meron lang po akong ikakandak na survey related po ganito. Dapat meron din kayong paano nyo i-approach yung isang napili nyong respondents. Hindi pwedeng diretso agad. Okay? So meron din tayong sinasabing etiquette sa pag-survey ng ating mga papers. Okay po? So, instrumentation. This is the substantial discussion of the following. How did you prepare your questionnaire? Iba-iba yung klase ng questionnaire. Meron tayong adapted questionnaire, meron tayong modified questionnaire, meron tayong structured questionnaire. Okay? Pag nag-adapt tayo ng questionnaire, kailangan natin ng permit sa may-ari. Sa original, di ba? So, pag nag-modify tayo, ganun din. Kailangan natin ng permit sa original. Pero, meron kang babaguhin doon sa content ng questionnaire na hiniram mo. Kasi that's modified. Minodify mo according doon sa pangangailangan ng iyong research. Okay? So, ano naman itong structured questionnaire? I will, wait lang po, maglalagay lang ako ng aking headphone kasi merong maingay sa labas. Can you still hear me po?
Yes po, Dr. Esponilla.
Hindi ata gumagana yung aking headphone. Sige. Substantial discussion of the following, the preparation of the questionnaire. Paano mo ito prepare? So, kung structured questionnaire siya, ibig sabihin, dumaan siya sa validation ng experts in the field. Okay? Aside sa validation ng experts in the field, dumaan din siya sa tinatawag nating content validations, yung 4 na validation process. Okay? So, yun yung mga kailangan nating i-consider sa preparation ng ating instrument. Data collection. This is the substantial discussion of the following. Meron tayong tinatawag na triangulation method. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang dalawa ang ating source of the data. Maaring 3. Paano ito? Can be a survey, an interview, or a data. Halimbawa, yung sa student's performance, you can interview the student, you can interview the teacher, so may dalawa ka ng source, and you can use the report card of the students. Okay. Sa phenomenological study naman, pag phenomenological study, maraming gumagamit nito na nagkakamali kasi ang phenomenological study is only applicable dun lang sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo, sa mga disaster, mga rape victims, yan yun. So very personal itong research na to. Kasi dapat yung researcher ay naandun mismo. Kausap niya mismo yung kanyang participant or yung kanyang mismong respondents. Ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng participant at respondents? Kasi kanina ko pa sinasabi yon. Pag respondents, once lang natin siya pinasagot sa ating survey method or once lang siya nag-participate sa ating research. So kung 1, 2, and 3 hanggang matapos ang inyong research paper, sila ay kasama mo habang ginagawa mo ang iyong research, they will be called as participants. Okay po. So the other one is case study, the cause and effect lang naman ito. Sinabi ko lang na lang, pero ang hirap nito. Ito yung usually na ginagamit ng mga sa mga pulis. Yan, case study. Pero ginagamit din naman natin to sa school. May mga gumagamit din dito. So, experimental research. Usually pag sa mga action research, nag-experimental research sila. Yung control group, yung hindi control group, may mga interventions silang nilalagay. So that's experimental research. Okay? Pag mga ganun, ang gagamitin doon, t-test agad, no? Alam nila agad yun. Okay. So these are the things that we need to consider kung alin sa apat ang pwede nang gamitin. Aside dyan, marami pang iba. You can use the other data collection methods na ginamit ng ibang researcher. Others uses the Six Sigma, the fish boning, the Delphi analysis. Okay. Data treatment, substantial discussion or data treatment used. Other researchers utilizes SPSS. Yung iba naman ay gumagamit ng in vivo or in vivo. Diba? O yung iba naman, nagbabayad talaga sila para sa mga software na pwede nilang gamitin. Kasi it's just a matter of click away. Kaso napaka-expensive nga lang. Pero yung SPSS, yung in vivo, available po yan, yung mga trial version sa internet. You can use it. Diba? Para hindi na tayo gumastos ng ganong kadami, ay ng ganong kamahal. So other researchers utilizes open coding, selective coding, and saturated coding. Doon naman po yan sa mga qualitative research. Yan yung how they treat their data, their collective data. Nag-open coding sila, yung open coding, yung ilalagay, itatranscribe mo pa lang. Yung interview mo, tinatranscribe mo pa lang yan. Nililista mo pa lang yan isa-isa. So pag nag-selective coding ka na, ito yung initial themes na gusto mong gawin. So nagkaroon ka na ngayon ng themes. Doon sa initial themes naman na gagawin mo, inayos mo na pati yung grammar kasi may mga mali-mali sa ginawa. Pinagsama-sama mo na yung mga pare-parehong items, pare-parehong statement, hanggang sa konting-konti na lang ang lumabas na data. Ang tawag natin doon ay saturated coding na. So that would be your final themes sa qualitative research. Okay po, pwede natin gawin yan sa Excel. You try to explore Excel, malaki ang may tutulong sa inyo ng Excel. Punta lang kayo doon sa data sa Excel, punta kayo doon sa advanced. Okay, ituturo na niya sa inyo kung paano gawin yan. Automatic yan. So all you have to do, basahin nyo na lang yung mga statements kasi hindi siya mag-check ng grammar. Hindi siya mag-check ng pare-parehong ng pare-parehong ibig sabihin. Basta ang titingnan lang niya, pareho lang yung mga words na ginamit. So you need to read. Kailangan mo rin basahin. Okay? Kasi hindi po yan tao na alam niya ang ibig sabihin ng statement. So the other one is substantial discussion of the following, the interpretation. Ano ba ang gagamitin mo? Descriptive research used, the inferential, the inferential research used, and the thematic coding. Ito yung sinabi ko kanina, thematic coding. Ang descriptive naman, ito yung sinasabi natin na mean, standard deviation, and ano pa ba yun? Mean, standard deviation, and the interpretation. Inferential research naman, ito yung mga gumagamit na ng mga 1 sample t-test, 2 sample t-test, per t-test, ano pa?
Uh, just for a moment, Dr. Esponilla may may have a technical problem. Here is Dr. Esponilla again. Once again. Dr. Esponilla, we cannot hear you po. Okay na po, sir. Loud and clear na po. Again, excuse me, Dr. Esponilla, you're having technical problems with your audio po. We can hear the background noise but not your voice, Sir Cornelia.
Wait lang po. Okay na ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear na po, Dr. Esponilla.
Okay, sige. Do I need to go back to a particular slide po?
Participants?
Aha, balik lang tayo dito sa isang
We have
slide.
data treatment po, I think.
Okay. Aha, paano nga ba ito? Sa data treatment. Ayan, sige. Data treatment. Ayan. Ito na po ba yun, Ma'am Cleo?
The next slide, I think, sir.
Aha. This one?
Yes po.
Okay.
You
So,
are trying to say po. A while
Okay.
ago, the use of Excel.
Okay. So, sa thematic coding, pwede tayong gumamit ng Excel. So, doon sa Excel na yon, meron kayong makikita doon sa taas. Meron kayong makikita doon. Click the data, tapos lalabas doon yung advance. So, para mas guided kayo kung paano gagawin yung ating thematic coding ng qualitative, yung mga open-ended questions. Diba? May mga sagot po yan. Para guided kayo kung paano natin i-groups. Paano natin i-group bawat pare-parehong sagot. You can use YouTube. Diba? Pwede natin gamitin si YouTube para guided kayo kung paano ang gagawin natin doon sa Excel. Madali lang po yun. Okay? Yun lang ang sundan nyo. Para pag meron na kayong idea about that, may enjoy nyo na yung qualitative research. Ang kagandahan kasi sa qualitative research, ikaw yung first hand na gumawa ng teams. So from that teams, kung gusto mong i-convert into quantitative research, yun yung ipapa-evaluate mo. Yung teams na ginawa mo. Papa-evaluate mo yon using the Likert scale. So, nag-mix method ka na ngayon. So, from the qualitative research, in-explore mo yung mga possible responses. Tapos yung mga possible responses, inimatize mo. Tapos from the teams, from the final teams na nagawa mo, ibinalik mo sa participants for them to evaluate yung mga indicators na yon. Ang tawag doon ay mixed method na. Okay po. So, results and discussion. Results and discussion is a substantial discussion of the results of the following as framed in your statement of the problem. Okay, kung ano yung iyong specific statement of the problem, dapat malinaw yon na sinasagot isa-isa doon sa iyong results. Okay, sa iyong results and discussion. Other papers present result muna bago sila nagdi-discuss. Yung iba naman, combinations na, results and discussions. So, yun ang susundan natin para congruent siya doon sa iyong specific statement of the problem or specific statement of the objective. Okay, kasi yun yung gusto mong yun yung gusto mong sagutin. So, yun yung sa results and discussion ngayon, dapat yun ang lumalabas. Okay, so you compare with the result of your current study with the result of your what? Of your citations na ginamit sa RRL. Okay? Kasi yung comparison nun, mas maganda ang discussion mo kasi nag-argue ka ngayon ng current study mo based dun sa mga related studies or related literature. So yung experience ko po dyan sa publication, lagi nilang sinasabi na dapat sa discussions mo, meron kang at least 5 citations na kinumpare dito sa current study result mo. Okay po, at least 5. Kasi yun yung gamit ng RRL dito sa results and discussion. Comparison siya. Okay? Kung ano ang naging result ng study mo, i-affirm mo ngayon. Does it affirms with the study conducted by ganito, ganyan noon? So, pinuprove mo na ngayon yung gap ng current study mo doon sa mga existing studies na sinite mo sa related literature. Okay po, we'll proceed. Conclusion and recommendation. So sa conclusion and recommendation, ang conclusion naman ay only answers the general statement of the study. So kung meron ka ng sagot sa general statement of the study mo, or sa iyong hypothesis, kung meron kang hypothesis, magtatanong ka ngayon sa sarili mo, so what? Diba? Diba? Nagtaray, diba? So what? Yan ang result mo. So patutunayan mo ngayon. Sabi mo, you have to provide implication to the significance of your study. Paano mo yan nga ngayon sasabihin? Yung contribution niya sa theoretical applications, yung contribution niya sa body of knowledge, yung contribution niya sa actual solving of the problem. Okay, pwede dun sa tatlo na yon. Kasi yun yung dahilan. Bakit ka nag-come up with the study eh? Hindi basta itatago mo lang siya. So you need to share. Ito yung significance ng study mo. So dapat may contribution siya sa knowledge, may contribution siya sa body of literature, may contribution siya sa theories, kung nag-theoretical ka. Diba? So ano ang gamit niya ngayon sa existing problem? Dahil meron ka ng result. So yan ang ano mo, yan yung iyong conclusion. So ang iyong recommendations ngayon, magbibigay ka na ng suggestions for future research. So, pwede mong i-copy dito yung iyong scope and delimitations or scope and limitations. Pwede mong i-copy dyan. Pwede mong sasabihin ngayon. Kasi this is a recommendation for future research. Kasi yung ibang mga researchers, dito nagbabase. Tinitingnan nila, pupunta sila sa library. Ay, ito yung thesis, ito yung dissertation. Ang unang titingnan nila, yung scope and limitations or scope and delimitations. Kasi yun yung hindi sinama sa study na yun eh. So kung kokopyahin nila yung study na yun, ito yung i-discuss nila. Yung hindi sinama dun, ito yung isasama nila. So that could be one. Paano kayo makagawa ng title? Paano kayo maghanap ng gap? Ng comparison between your study and the previous studies. So yung another thing naman, dun sa recommendations. Ano yung recommendation ng researcher na to? So sundan natin yung research niya. Isama natin yung sinasabi niyang hindi niya na isama dun sa study niya. So kung ano ang magiging result. So yun po yun. Lahat ng mga nakita niyang mga kailangan dun sa research niya na hindi niya na isama sa research niya or sa research natin, pwede natin ilagay yun dito sa recommendations for future research. Okay po. So, yung references natin, yung very common na ginagamit, yung American Psychological Association format, depending on the journal publications. Kung ang purpose mo ay publication, mas maganda habang nagsusulat ka pa lang muna, magtabi ka ng original paper mo na naka-APA format. Tapos maggawa ka ng isang copy para dun sa need ng isang journal publication. Kasi halimbawa, iba yung format na kailangan ng isang publication. Once na hindi siya ma-accept dun sa publication na yun, hindi ka mahirapan mag-reformat kasi meron kang original paper. Okay po. Huwag po tayong matakot pag hindi na-accept. Kasi may comment at may comment yan sila. So yung comment nila dun sa paper na hindi na-accept, sundan mo yun para ma-improve yung paper mo. O i-submit mo sa ibang publication. So may chance ka na pwedeng matanggap. Ganun lang yung buhay natin. Hindi tayo pwedeng manghinaan o panghinaan ng loob kung hindi natanggap. Okay lang, diba? Do not stop. Marami pa namang pwedeng pagsasubmitan. Okay. So, dadaanan talaga natin yon kung gusto nating mag-publish. Anyway, that's for our own professional development. Kailangan natin sa NBC yan. Okay? Yung format din naman is also depends on the institution. Kasi bawat institution, may sarili din silang format. Sa bawat publication platforms, may sarili din format. Kung alin po yung susundin, ang mahalaga meron tayong naitabing original paper na kopya natin. Okay po? So, I hope ako'y nakapanggulo sa inyong mga mapaglarong isipan at na may naidagdag na kahit konting kaalaman na share based on my experience, na sana'y natutunan nyo kung paano ang mga kailangan nating gawin para maisaayos natin yung ating write-ups. Maraming salamat po ulit at good afternoon.
Thank you very much for the knowledgeable discussion, Dr. Esponilia. We have learned so many information regarding your lecture on action research writing that we teachers will surely apply in our research works. And I am sure that the participants have some queries to ask to our lecturer, Dr. Esponilia. You may send your questions in the chat box, dear participants. To summarize or to give you the highlights of Dr. Esponilia's discussion, action research writing needs to address the problems. He also gave us tips in doing the action research for the simplification of our action research. And at this moment, let us now proceed on the open forum to be facilitated by Ms. Justine Obispo, our college statistician. Once again, you may send your queries in the message or chat box. Thank you so much. Ms. Obispo?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for Dr. Sponilia for that very informative and substantial discussion. Now, we're all welcome to submit our queries and clarifications. First, I've noticed here from Aurora Oligario, she's asking for a clarification about ethnography. Dr. Esponilia, may you please clarify about ethnography, sir?
Yung alin po yan, ma'am? Ma'am?
Question about ethnography.
Clarification po ito or ano po? Ethnography. Ito po, okay. Ang sample po nito, ma'am, ito po yung mga research yung sa sinabi ko kanina na yung isang researcher ay dapat na andun sa area, sa isang lugar. Halimbawa, sa mga community development, yung purpose kasi nito is a scientific description of customs and culture ng isang community. Di po ba? Sa isang researcher, mas maganda kung isang researcher ay mag-stay siya doon sa isang lugar. Halimbawa, ang gusto nating pag-aralan, yung culture ng isang lugar na ito, yung culture na isang community na to. Mas mainam kung isang researcher mismo ay naandun sa lugar na yon para siya mismo ang mag-observe ng actual culture ng isang community. Okay, that could be pwedeng maging pragmatic research po yun kasi that will be based on the experience ng isang researcher. Siya po mismo ang naandun.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay po.
And from Mambungag, she's requesting if we could have your email for contacts po.
Meron po. Yung ginagamit namin is yung surname _ apelyido @tup.edu.com. So, Francisco _ Esponilia @tup.edu.com.
Thank you so much, sir. Another question from Ms. Obispo. Is a 4-level Likert scaling correct? Should it be always 5 levels?
Wala pong nagsasabing mali doon. Wala po din. Correct po yun, ma'am, lahat. Kaso, yung usually po na ginagamit natin ay laging 5 po, di ba? Yung very common. There are researchers, kagaya ko po, ayoko pong gumamit ng merong nasa gitna. Kasi doon nagkakaroon ng problema yung ating pag sinubject natin yung ating paper sa Cronbach Alpha, yung sa test of reliability, opo, nagkakaroon po tayo ng problem doon kasi ang mga respondents, lalo na pag marami yung questions, sa face validity pa lang, makikita mo agad na, ay, nakakapagod naman to sagutan. So sa 1 to 5, yung sasagutin na lang ng mga respondents, number 3 na lang lahat para safe. So hindi mo makukuha yung tamang sagot nila. So mas maganda yung even number na yung 1 to 4 lang or 1 to 6 kasi wala talagang gitna. Pag sinabing hindi, hindi talaga. Pag sinabing okay, okay talaga. Mas maganda po yun. Sa akin lang po, mas gusto ko yung gano'n ma'am, yung 4 scale, 6 scale. Ayoko nang meron laging nasa gitna.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Opo.
From Jo Marie Velasco, ang isang action research ba ay matatawag na action research kapag di ka gumamit ng survey?
Action research, pwede rin po. Kasi pwede po yan, sir, pag yung sample kanina, di ba, nag-interpretivist ka, hindi ka nag-survey. Ikaw mismo ang nag-observe. So, ang interpretivist approach kasi ng research ay ikaw ang naandun. Parang yung sample kanina, yung sa ethnography. Yung sa ethnographic kasi, ano yun kailangan meron ka talagang survey doon. Pero pag ang ginamit mo ay interpretivist, na andun ka lang sa lugar, ikaw mismo ang magsusulat kung ano yung mga nakita mo. So, yung interpretivist approach is just an observation. So, nag-observe ka lang kung ano yung mga nangyayari. Pwede po yun. Pwede pong walang survey. Pero ikaw mismo ang gagawa ng kasagutan ng mga gusto mong bigyan ng sagot.
Okay, thank you.
Apo.
Another question from Mambuday. What sampling method can you recommend, especially most of the respondents are working at home? Any standards po?
Sampling method can be, you can use purposive sampling kasi kung work at home, kasi ikaw mag-email sa kanila yan, magpapaalam ka po na ma'am, can you be one of my respondents for this research? Mas maganda yung purposive dyan na ating gagawin kasi alam mo na kung sino yung padadalan mo ng mga survey. Okay. Pag random lang kasi hindi natin alam kung kaninong email, kung sino yung ating padadalhan. So we need to get the records of those email na kailangan nating padalhan. So kung gusto mo naman lahat sila, hindi naman din yun random, pero hindi mo masisigurado kung ilan ang babalik sa iyo. So halimbawa 100 ang pinadalhan mo, dahil nag-random ka lang, kung ilan lang ang bumalik sa iyo ay okay na. Pero may implications tayo doon, di ba Ma'am D. Justine? Ang kailangan nating requirements para ma-normalize natin yung curve ng one-tailed or two-tailed sa data natin sa statistics. Ang kailangan natin ay 30 responses. Yes, 30 po lahat.
Po sana yung ideal, pero yun nga po, pag kasi marami pong researchers din po pwedeng bawahan daw po. Kaya lang po, yung nangyayari, medyo hindi po accurate yung nakukuhang result. Medyo skewed po kasi din minsan yung nila. So, so, any other questions po? If none, we may proceed to the next part of our discussion. I will, Ma'am Clay, give the mic back to Ma'am Clay po.
Once again, thank you, Dr. Esponilla, for enlightening us more regarding the action research writing. Thank you also to Ms. Obispo in facilitating our open forum. At this juncture, may I call on the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Rowena Mande, to award the certificate to our guest speaker. Dr. Mande?
Okay, nakamute po pala ako. Let me read the text first. Marikina Polytechnic College award this certificate of recognition to Dr. Francisco D. Esponilla II for his important contribution and dedication as resource speaker in the Action Research Writing webinar during the first National Higher Education Day and CHED 27th founding anniversary with the team Padyak MPC, Padyak moving forward, claiming victory for Philippine higher education pamantasan, pandayan tungo sa kaunlaran held on May 20, 2021. Given this 20th day of May in the year of our Lord 2021, at the Marikina Polytechnic College, Marikina City, signed Attorney Lily Prieda Emilia, CESO 4, Director 3, International Affairs Staff, Officer in Charge, MPC Office of the President. It is an honor for me to award this certificate of recognition to you, Dr. Francisco D. Esponilla, the second of Technological University of the Philippines.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rowena.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manding, as well as Dr. Esponilla. Dr. Esponilla, there is a question. Habol lang po.
Okay.
First one is, pwede raw po bang makahingi ng PowerPoint presentation po ninyo? One of the
That's no problem
participants
po.
asked po.
I-forward ko kay Ma'am Ara.
Thank you so
Ay,
much
pwede ko
po.
rin ilagay dito sa sa chat box para kung sino yung nandito na, pwede na nilang kunin.
Okay, thank you so much po. And another one, I think there is two questions. Let me ask this from YouTube po, Dr. Esponilla.
Apa.
Kailan daw po ginagamit yung Z-test at T-test?
Ang Z-test, ginagamit lang natin siya pag to a smaller group of respondents lang or participants. Ang T-test yan ay yung sa pangmalakihang participants groups.
Okay po. How many participants po pag sa Z-test? The maximum po?
Wala pong maximum sa Z-test kasi pwede po siyang medyo madami din. Kasi nakadepende po yan, meron tayong tinatawag na parametrics tsaka non-parametrics. Kung non-parametrics yung data mo, you can use Z-test. Pero kung parametric yung data mo, you can use T-test.
Okay po. Thank you so much, Dr. Esponilla. For the last question, and I think this is very timely because of our present condition, from Mrs. Bungag. Sir, thank you for your very informative sharing. As a researcher, what can you recommend or any inspiring words? Kasi medyo takot po kaming mag-research with the present condition.
Kung sa ngayong condition, di ba, may affected tayo sa performance natin sa research, affected tayo yung ating research performance sa university. So usually yung gumagana lang ng mga research ngayon, yung mga social sciences. Ito lang yung mga more on write-ups lang. So pag mga tangible, you need to go out of your houses to buy for the deliverables for you to conduct your research. Medyo mahirap po yun. So kung may mga ganun kayo ngayon, yung kailangan nyo ng tangible research, ang recommendation ko po dun, unahin nyo na po muna yung mga write-ups. Isunod nyo na lang yung development kung medyo okay na sa labas. So sa mga social science research, sa mga edu research naman, sundan nyo po yung ginawa ko kaninang tip doon, yung mga journal, yung mga sources natin na online journals. Kasi most publications ngayon, ang tinatanggap din nila ay yung mga references natin. Pag clinic po nila, ay nakikita din po nila agad online. Yan po yung isa sa mga requirements currently ng mga publications. Dapat pag clinic nila yung references mo, nakikita nila online. So medyo humina ngayon yung ating pagpupunta sa mga libraries kasi naka-base na tayo ngayon sa mga online sources. Yun po yung gawin nyo para hindi po tayo mahirapan makibaka sa labas ngayon.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Esponilla, for that wonderful recommendation. We really need to stay safe and be healthy at this time. I hope Ma'am Bungag and to other participants that the tips and recommendations of Dr. Espanilla will help you in the research work that you are going to do in this time of pandemic. And now, for the participant certificates, you need to accomplish the evaluation for this webinar first. The link will be shared in the monitor as of now. You may now, and may I request Mom Justin kindly send it also to our chat box for the participants easy access po. Thank you so much po. Thank you, Ma'am Ara. In behalf of our Vice President for Academic Affairs, dear participants, did you get the link already? Before we proceed to the next activity we have. Ma'am Ara, Ma'am Justin, the participants cannot access the link. There is an internal error. As per Mr. Lucero, okay na raw po, you can access it already. Thank you so much. Again, in behalf of our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Maria Luella Rufa, may I call on again the Director of the Research and Development Office, Ms. Maria Ara Santos, for the closing remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Leo. And of course, thank you, Sir Franz, for for sharing your expertise when it comes to research. And then, isa message ko lang, Sir, talagang respond ka talaga na yes, you would like to help us to become a resource speaker for our webinar today. And then, thank you very much, Sir Franz, for really accepting our invitation right away without any hesitation or without any doubt. And with your presentation, I know that TUP is really one of the universities that we can look up to when it comes to research, especially when it comes to industrial education, since we are both a polytechnic state university and college, and we have this a certain agenda that deals with technical vocational education as well as when it comes to industrial technology. So I hope that we can pursue more collaborations and partnership with UP in conducting more research, not only for webinars, but actual project proposals. And thank you, sir, for enlightening us comes to action research. And this presentation is not only limited when it comes to action research, but it can also be used in writing thesis proposal and as well as in writing dissertation. Truly, our condition today right now with the pandemic situation somehow impact within us as a researcher on how we can go out and be able to do our research. But this is also a good time for us to be able to conceptualize a good research topic that we can do, especially in addressing the gaps and the needs when it comes to education. Since we have this what we call as the new normal system, flexible learning, distance learning, or whatever term that we are using right now, I know there are several challenges and needs that we need to to somehow close this gap. And by doing action research, we can be able to propose our researches or studies that we can do to be able to enhance what is being implemented right now, to be able to improve the delivery of our services as what Sir Franz had mentioned. Services when it comes to our students, services when it comes to our society, and being able to produce a quality graduates. And of course, for our graduate school students who are still here with us, as well as with our undergraduate students who are now probably writing your research proposal. I hope that this webinar helped you to be able to get strategies and techniques on how to make your research writing easier. So marami tayong tips and techniques na pwedeng magamit, such as in writing a review of related literature, as well as in being able to present our research in a publication. So thank you again, Dr. Spanilia, for engaging us with your very informative topic on the action research writing.
Thank you so much, Miss Ara. And now may I invite Dr. Esponilla, the college administrators, faculty, and personnel, as well as our participants, to turn on their camera for the photo opportunity. Ma'am Ara, we have 4 galleries po.
Okay. Okay. So ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Smile lang po ng smile dahil tatlo yung ating gather. Okay. Another. 1, 2, 3, smile. Done na po.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma'am Ara. Thank you so much, participants, as well as to our guest speakers. Once again, it is indeed a very informative discussion by Dr. Esponilla this afternoon. In behalf of our OIC President, Attorney Milia, our VPAA, Dr. Rufa, the Graduate School Dean, Dr. Mande, the Research and Development Director, Ms. Santos, and the MPC faculty and graduate school faculty, and the participants, we would like to extend our gratitude and appreciation to Dr. Francisco D. Esponilla II in sharing his expertise on action research writing. Once again, this is Miss Cleo Jane Marco. Good afternoon, everyone. Keep safe, be healthy, and God bless.